So it's safe to say that Ihi and I hit it off within the first couple of days of this trip. From how we spoke to how we got shit done, he knew quickly he could depend on me to be ready when called on. So when he arranged for us to meet with a Maori tattoo artist, I knew immediately what was happening, as I've done this often in my life. You simply provide an opportunity and see who takes it. He scheduled it at a nearly impossible time to logistically pull off, to the point where I had to physically sprint across town with my camera to make it, but I did. Then comes the other issue. I have no tattoos. I've never known how to define myself in any permanent way. What's the through line to the musical theater kid, the singer-songwriter, the radio talk show host, the performance art for TV's guy, the inventor of the vlog, the egos on CBS, the mini-golf guy, the DeLorean guy? And then I met Ihi and it just hit me. I never give up. I jump and push and fight and reinvent, and it never slows down. It's not the genre that defines me, it's the production that does. I get shit done. And as I walked into this tattoo shop, I had no idea what would happen next, but I knew it was the right moment. This will be a long video, but that's for my family who didn't get to be here with me. I love you.
We've convinced our cameraman that he should come to Aotearoa, New Zealand, and mark himself as being present. So on the absentee list, all the other fellas miss out, this fella was here. And he's going to take home the recognition of his time in Aotearoa. In the past, tā moko has been something that's been connected to Māori for centuries, if not millennia. It's a privilege, but also a sign that we respect his ways of engaging with our people. So we're looking forward to seeing what this is going to look like. Kia ora.
The actual most important thing, moko itself, is the story, not so much the visual thing that you see. We're lucky that it also makes a pretty cool looking picture, but the most important thing is the kōrero, or the story that it holds. And so this moko that we're going to be doing today is one that's going to be telling your story and just a little glimpse of where you're at today. Moko is done to tell talk about genealogy. It was also used to talk about milestones or things that happened or occurred in one's life. And so no moko is the same, even though you see similarities or you see the patterns that are most commonly used in moko. The actual makeup of it, or the way it looks, is actually uniquely yours, and it tells your story. So that's the significance of tā moko, and all these patterns and all these designs are used to help protect you, guide you, remind you, most importantly, of whatever your story is. Mm-hmm. And so every time you see your moko, the idea, or the whakaaro idea, is that it acts as like a trigger to help give you courage or give you strength, whatever the reason why you wanted to get your moko done. Yeah. So for you and I, tell us a little bit about what you want this moko to be about.
My goodness, my life has been reinventing myself every 5 to 10 years and doing things I didn't know I could do. I tend to be pretty obsessive about getting it right, and again, meeting him and seeing somebody else who believes, and apparently the Maori people, to the point, get it done, don't waste time. That has always been just who I've been, which is how I've built companies and done. I'm a filmmaker, getting projects done, and go. And I tend to leave people behind, like the crew that should be shooting this, because I'm where I'm supposed to be when I'm that kind of thing. So that's I don't know what that would be or what that means, but that seems to envelop me. That's the only thing I can think is a way of life, a motto: get shit done. Yeah.
I like it, bro.
Yeah.
I like it. So and that's funny because the more you talk and the more you say things, the more the patterns that we're going to be using today actually come for,
right,
or come through. And so, that's where you wanted to get your moko done.
Kids too, eh, bro? How many kids you got?
Oh, I do have 2 children.
Ooh,
that you know of.
I don't leave till they have their periods. So I'm pretty sure we're good. Yes, I have a 9-year-old and an 11-year-old who I miss dearly. I didn't even want to come here because I couldn't bring them with me. Okay, so I'm going to be able to see it before you actually do it.
Yeah.
Okay, I really thought I was going to take a risk here.
Oh, well, the thing is, you don't get a choice anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
You might see it, but it's meant to be.
I'm curious about the process that goes into why that.
We'll talk about it a little bit once we
Why they're
figure it out.
designed.
Yeah.
If you would have come on time,
If you were here when we said to come, you would have got it all on. You would have been recording it.
It's basically based on who I feel I am as of today. I can tell I'm clearly going to be taking this off. Well, you're going up, man. I see what you're doing. This is not a little tattoo. I'm realizing that.
it is in our
It's
And now, this is actually a little.
well, for a guy who doesn't have any tattoos, it's
yeah, true. That.
not one, not close to one. I'm almost 50 and I don't have one. So just so you know.
No turning back now?
Nope.
How's the last year been for you? Good.
I started an entirely new business, basically. You can shooting with this. It's a new technology, and I just kind of took a year of my life, and I said I'm going to work as hard as I can to understand it and see where it takes me. And I'm here right now. So, if that answers your question, yeah, it's been an amazing year. A lot of work, but it looks like the risk paid off.
That's good.
Yeah, I had gotten a little comfortable in my previous job, which was renting the DeLorean time machine from Back to the Future, which, although very fun and exciting, is not me. And,
Passion's not behind it.
well, making money is good for a little bit when you're raising kids.
Yeah, of course.
And then you get to a point of being known as the guy who has a car rental company, and you're like,
Yeah. You want more than
that's hard. I worked way too hard to be known as the DeLorean guy. So I kind of gave it all up and thought I can make something really cool with this camera. What got you into this to begin with?
Love for my culture, I suppose, is the actual real answer. I've been doing this since I was still at school, since I was about 14. And got serious when I was about 17, 18.
Right.
Met one of my cousins who was already doing it. He'll be here soon. And he kind of took me under his wing and showed me the art of tattooing. For us is the last part of the puzzle. That's
Right.
the stories that go with these patterns and the designs. For
Right.
me, that actually make this art from what it is. And you'll see that moko's like, everyone wants moko. We get inundated with people that are fascinated by the patterns and the designs, but most importantly the stories that go with these designs. So you got like Mike Tyson in them with moko. You got like you've had Robin Williams, who's had moko, Lenny Kravitz.
Right.
Ben Harper. All these people with these patterns and these designs, and so the world's been actually looking at moko for a little while now, and wanting to get it done. And same thing, it's only because of the unique art form it is, but also the stories that go with your moko. Are you recording? Mm-hmm. So without looking, I'm going to tell you without you having a look at it.
Okay.
And so what I've got in here is, after our discussion from this morning, and you talk about moving forward and pushing forward and punching through, and being where you need to be. For us, we have the mangopare, which is the hammerhead shark. And the job of the mangopare is to move forward, and they talk about continuing through the rough waters, no matter how rough it gets. And so for us, mangopare talk about moving forward, but also they talk about being strong. They talk about keeping things in line. And so what I've gone and put on in your moko is you've got a mangopare design right in the middle, and it's swimming down. And you can see it's swimming down your arm. But the reason why I've put it swimming down is because your arms are the things that that you use to help feed your family. But also your arms are the things that help you with your mahi, with your work. And so the mangopare on the side of your, the mangopare on the side of your shoulder and on your arm talks about strengthening your arms and giving your arms, the courage and the strength that they need to carry out the work that you're doing. And also up the top there, because you've got two beautiful children. So you've got two koru. Koru are used to represent people, but up the top there you've got two koru that spiral in on either side. So those are your children. So all your hard work that you do is for your family, is for your children. And so be like a mangopare e hoa, or be like the hammerhead shark and keep going, keep moving, to help get to where you need to be and to help benefit your whānau, your family. And so this moko's, it's more than just a tattoo. We don't consider moko as tattoo. Moko is moko because of the significance with these patterns and with these designs. So this is the outline, and then you'll see I'll come back and fill it all in and go back through the middle. But that's the crux or the main part of your kōrero or your story. And then, of course, mangopare is that you'll see there's two sides to it as well, which also talks about the union between you and your beautiful darling, your beautiful wife, who's not here at the moment, but it's also a symbol of love, and you'll see that it goes down. So as much as we talk about strength and and being strong, it's also the opposite. It talks about love and being caring for love and being a caring father, being a loving partner.
You're gonna make me cry, dude. You're getting me.
And all those sorts of things. Well, and the actual significance is because, and the reason why I tied your family in, because they're not here.
Yeah.
And so this thing is actually, even though they're not here, it's a symbol to represent, them being with you no matter where you go.
Right.
And so you always take your whānau, you always take your family with you no matter where you go, and it's a reminder to you to, keep doing better, keep going, keep pushing through.
Thank you.
Keep going.
Thank you. All right. I'm a fan.
Kara kia tāu e tēnei rai e te taku ngā rahu, e taku ngā rahu, ngā rahu nau e tōna mataora hai aha, e whakakiko moko tonu ko tēnei moko, e whakarua moko tonu ake rai tēnei moko, e whakarua moko tonu ake rai wēnei kōrera, e whakarua moko tonu ake rai te tangata e maunei tēnei moko, tēnei tonu te moko kau hika wero, tēnei tonu te moko ka tūturo whiti tonu ka whakamau ake a tīna haumi e hui e, tāki e. Ka pai. Okay, now we're into it. How you feeling?
Great. Why do you change them?
Huh?
Why do you change them?
Oh, let's just start with a new fresh pair of gloves. Well, I've touched.
I thought those were a new fresh pair of gloves, but I understand.
No,
Because
but
the marker.
Yeah,
see,
but
yeah.
I also I've since because I touched my hand and I touched
Oh.
everything. Yeah. So
Appreciated.
yeah, you always start. You always get new gloves every time you touch something. But it's nothing like starting off with a fresh,
Right.
pair of anything. You good?
Good to go.
Here we go. Your first palm. Thoughts? First line?
Oh, that's fine.
Good?
Okay.
Okay, now we'll do it with ink. It's funny, like, there's always, like, you have, like, the old jokes, tattoo jokes.
They're like
One
dad,
of the-
they're
one
like
of the-
dad jokes.
Yeah, dad jokes. They're,
right.
they're big dad jokes. Like, one of the funniest ones, like, oh, shit.
Oh,
They're like,
fuck.
oh, what's going on? It's like, shit. I forgot to hang the washing up. No, you're like looking at the moko like, what's going on? What's going on? Damn, I forgot to pay my parking today. Dad jokes, there. We're full of them. We've got all the dad jokes under the sun. How long have you known Ihi and them for? How did you meet them?
They're with Google. They contacted me in March about directing something involving Ihi. At the time, they thought it would be like with a normal flat camera, that kind of shit. And while honored that Nick would think of me, I told him I had started this new business, basically doing a more immersive type of storytelling. And I kind of thought that was going to be it. He seemed cool and he watched some of my stuff and loved it, but I was like, whatever. And as the months passed, I think July is when we had the first time I really thought you were serious, right? And then everything with Ihi was just over FaceTime. And yeah, he's intimidating even on FaceTime. I was impressed. He made me question some things, but I was like, what am I doing? But I'll tell you what bonded me immediately was he was showing me all the stuff he had built. And I built all this shit in my backyard. I made a mini golf course and a bar and without any real knowledge. And just because I wanted to get shit done and, that kind of feeling. And so I was like, oh, I'm going to get along with Ihi. You know what I mean? Like, this dude, we're going to be cool. And then, I just met Ihi fucking 4 days ago. So, but it's like we always knew each other.
Awesome, man.
It's kind of I was telling my wife, it's really weird to go to the other side of the globe and then find a mirror in some senses. Obviously not all senses, good Lord. But I so often feel like an alien when I talk to people like what my life is and what I do, and they just think I'm the craziest, most impulsive person. And I'm like, I'm not impulsive. I just, when I know, and, I have a belief in myself that I can get it done. So,
Whereabouts do you live?
Los Angeles, a town of fakes that don't know what they know. So I don't fit in very well. But you ran out the space. Is that how that works?
I mean, one boss, bro, and it's my beautiful darling.
There you go.
And she cracks the whip, bro. But we make it work, bro. Living, trying to enjoy a good balance of life and work.
Right.
Try not to work too hard, but try not to also undervalue or undersell myself.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, make sure that you have a good time along the way. You know what I mean?
Of course. Yeah, I had my kids late in life, and I'm pretty happy. I got all that other shit out of the way, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've enjoyed every stage, from the tiniest babies to now, and like the middle of their childhood. And I know so many people that had kids young, the regrets and like they took away their ability. I got none of that, man. I accomplished and did way more than I thought I'd do.
And that's freaking
It's
awesome.
wonderful. It's been wonderful. Okay, now I don't want you to, on purpose, make it hurt more, but this doesn't hurt that bad. Am I missing something?
I keep.
Are people like? I feel it, but it doesn't. I mean, it's Jesus Christ, dude. I hurt myself more doing construction. It's just like a little pinch. I don't know. People are bitches. Like, I mean, come on. I mean, do you have people come in here that can't?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
It's not often, because most people that come to us, Moko's a little bit different, so most people that come to us already know what they want or what they want to do, so they're actually mentally prepared themselves. But I'm saying that that's not all the time, so
Right.
we do still get our,
For like somebody who's never had one before, I would assume. There's a
you,
little more,
for someone who's never had one before, you are smashing it out of the park.
Oh,
so,
cool.
Yeah. Because by now, usually everyone's like, sort of does here, starting to get hurt, a little bit sore up there. And as soon as the moaning starts, you got to kind of hurry it up because
Right.
you don't know if they'll make it to the end.
What's that?
I said I don't think I'd be a song.
The acceptance happened days ago.
Well, sure.
And that's actually a big part of the process. Is
Right.
The acceptance part. Like, it's going to hurt no matter what, so you got to kind of get through. Once
Well,
you get past that, then the
Even
rest of it's
even
like-
doing it, once I made the commitment to Ihi, I'm like, there's no fucking way I'm turning back now, dude.
And you know what? Sometimes it takes people so freaking long to get past that point.
Right.
Even though they've showed up in their head, they're still not past that point.
Right.
And we can tell straight away in the first in the first 2 minutes.
Oh, really?
To them. The actual moko itself, like this process that you and I are going through, you know, it would have started days ago. Like you've actually been prepping for this a long time ago, and today is just the, you know, the fruition of that seed, of that thought that's been planted, you know. And actually, the moko itself is us two talking now, you
Yeah.
know, and actually getting to know one another, getting to learn a little bit about, you know, about each other.
Right.
But also you know, when I first, you see, the first thing I did to you when you come in was, you know, say hello.
Right.
And that's actually the very first. That's important. Because that first hello, that first connection is actually where it all starts. So that's where this pattern, where this design comes from. So like as soon as I you know, as soon as I meet you and I listen to you speak, we're kind of like not therapists, but we understand a lot.
Yeah.
So many people through, and so it's cool to you know, to be able to see and identify. And so I see you straight away, and like the things I see is like, you know. Oh, you're outgoing. You're you know, you love doing what you're doing. You're racy. You're actually quite you know, you love things that are fast paced. Mm-hmm. Not that other racy. That's a different racy.
Right.
Well, you're outgoing. You love things you know, at a fast pace. But at the same time, you pay attention to detail, and you know, and your companies are just you're started and all that. That's not an easy, you know, thing to do. So.
Right.
So obviously you're committed and you know, you're dedicated and you take the time to build things up slowly. But which is quite, the irony in it is that you like building things up slowly, but actually you live at a real fast pace.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're loving, you're outgoing, and you like to take people with you.
Yeah, it was. This is, I mean, 7 days is the longest I've ever been away from my family. You know, they're 11 years old, 12 years. So it was, and it's not long. I know people that constantly on business trips, but I always take them with me.
Yeah.
So it's an adjustment for sure. It's better they're a little bit older. It would have been harder, I think, if they were 4 or 5 or something. But I waited so long to have kids that I didn't want to miss.
And that's exactly what I gathered from you.
Yeah.
You've been here as you're missing moments. But at the end of the day, that's all we've got on this earth is time.
Right.
Know? And so how you spend your time or who you spend your time with is really, really important. And,
Right.
You know, when you've got children and when you've got, you know, a partner, time away is time that you'll never
Right.
get again. So.
Yeah. Well, thanks for really rubbing it in there.
Yeah, well, see, you know what I mean?
It wasn't even the time away. It was I want them to experience
Yes.
all of the things that I've seen, and it just wasn't possible on this trip. So,
You know what? That's why when you get home,
We're gonna go back.
Yeah.
we're gonna make this happen.
And make sure you tell them all about it.
Well, they'll also be able to put on a headset.
Yeah.
It'll be like they're right here.
See?
Technology. Have any kids?
5.
Fuck. 5? You're like the third Maori to tell me that. You guys really knock it out. 5. You're done?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
5. Yeah. That's enough.
Well, I guess if you have the space and that's the biggest issue in Los Angeles. My God, 2's pushing it. Housing out there is so ridiculous that there's just a limit, you know?
Yeah. It's pretty much the same here, but fuck, I don't know. We just make it work.
Yeah, we have beds, bunk beds, and that kind of shit. Like you definitely, there's 1,000 square feet for 4 people in 1 bathroom. So you gotta get creative.
Yeah, that's it. Get creative. That's my cousin Murray.
Hello. How's it?
No Google we nena. Cool, eh? It's a VR set. You can watch it. He's filming
Virtual reality. Yeah.
virtual reality.
Or Pornhub.
Yeah. He's not wrong. I mean, he knows his shit.
See our humor?
What's real life experience?
What else? What else? Other hobbies you enjoy?
Oh, hobbies. fuck are those? I really enjoy putting films together and telling stories, and that's what I do. So,
If you had to choose, this is a hard one, I know that.
well, it's interesting. When I moved to Los Angeles, I was doing this video project basically that forced me to learn how to edit and then compress the footage. And I started what later became the first and longest running video blog. And I'm in the Guinness Book of World Records for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How long is it?
It's been 24 and a half years that I've been doing it. And I do 100 entries a year. That's 2 a week. And I've done that for this whole time. Once you get recognized, you're not going to stop, right? So it's like a streak that until I die. So what inevitably ends up happening is everything has to feed into that project. But it's a hell of a thing because you can make stories out of anything. So it's not monetized. I don't get any money from it. I don't really care about views. I just want to document the truth of what's happening in my life during all the adventures, etc. So
Wow.
it
What's
gives
it called?
The Journey, theofficialjourney.com.
Oh, wow.
And if you're not worried about views and all that shit, what ends up happening is it's like therapy because you're writing about what's happening, or or telling stories about those things, etc. And that, I guess, would become your hobby, right?
Yeah.
But it's also, I can make money from it and so forth. So it's a really weird. I like some video games, I guess, but hobby-wise, no. It's spend as much time as I can with my family. Do things people haven't done before. I think that's what attracted me to this camera, is that nobody was doing this type of storytelling in VR. And even if the payoff wasn't going around the world and telling stories, at least I was making you present during my journey.
Yeah.
So, it's been so helpful because LA is such an awful place. Just that show business is not good. It's a lot of deceit and a lot of bullshit you got to go through. And having that outlet, where I can tell my story and I can, even if nobody sees it, it's there. I'm accountable to everything I say because it's on a website that never goes away. I like that accountability. And it's helped me tremendously. Wow. So in a sense, I guess that's my hobby, but it's everything, really.
And I think you've done a good job of maintaining that.
That's a long time, right?
That's a long time, right? It's easy to just give up for, Meh. Move on to the next.
Yeah, once I was 10 years into it when they recognized it as the first, and that's a
10 years
response.
In. Wow.
Yeah, I just kept doing it, and thankfully they have search archives in the internet that save stuff, so they could find that I had been doing it since the 90s and so forth. And then Guinness put me in their World Records books in 2017 and never contacted me. And it wasn't. 4 years later, in 2021, I was just doing some searches, and I found it. I'm like, the fuck? Don't I get a plaque or something?
I was going to say, did you get a plaque?
All right, and I contact them. They're like, oh yeah, what's your address? I'm like, dude, I could have used this information 4 years ago. Like, what the hell? So I
used it as I
could have been helpful.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it would have been helpful. So I get the plaque, and then a lot of their records aren't in books. They're just online because there's only so many books. But then I come to find out it was printed in a book, and I'm like, what the hell? It tells you how much people read Guinness Book of World Records books these days.
Yeah.
Usually what happens is you lobby to get in, you get accepted, and then you call the press, and you make the big deal out of the plaque reveal, right? So because I didn't lobby and didn't even fucking know, kind of missed out on all that. I mean, it's kind of an honor that I didn't have to lobby, right? Like, it's just, and it's also a record that can't be broken. First is first. So I guess I'm just happy that video blogs ended up becoming what they became, because it certainly wasn't because of me that they became that.
Yeah.
But thankfully I was the pioneer, right? So, yeah, weird story, man.
Weird. Cool, eh?
Yeah, very cool. It's one of those, oh, when I die, that'll be the first sentence. Okay, at least I know that now. I just gotta make sure I don't fuck up the rest of the paragraph. I could never think of anything that really defined me because I kept changing. Like, I was in musical theater and I was on TV playing a whole bunch of different characters, and then I was a talk show host on the radio, and then so I kept changing so much I didn't really know what I was, but the one through line was always perseverance, relentless, and I don't think I realized that until I got older, because everybody's pretty relentless when they're in their 20s.
Yeah.
And then as you watch all your friends start to settle and not take risks and not push, and I realized I still kept doing it, and I was like, I guess this is just who I am now. I just keep going. So there's a movie I did on Amazon Prime. Do you guys have Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
Called Fastest DeLorean. I put a new engine in my DeLorean time machine and drag raced it to try to get the record of the fastest DeLorean.
Did you get it?
Well, you got to watch the movie.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that was one of those. Everybody's reaction to it were like, "I can't believe you kept going," and I kept going. What do you mean I kept going? It was the movie. What do you think I was gonna stop the movie? And like, of course I'm gonna keep. And I'm not unfortunately, the guy who built it and was gonna race it dropped out, so I had to fix it and build it, and I don't know how to build a car. And I had to race it, and I didn't want to race it. I had babies at home. I'm like, this is stupid. This car is not supposed to go this fast. It just isn't. The framework isn't good for it, right? You drop a LS3 Corvette engine in it, and in a car that's supposed to go 80 miles an hour, So
Did you spend much time in the metaverse?
it's kind of overrated, I guess. I did until I started working on it, and then all of my time in the headset is editing and doing videos. I see during COVID it was awesome, right? Because I could go fishing with my dad, right? Because he's on the other side of the country, and we couldn't meet up, and strap that on, sit in a boat, sit and talk, fish.
That's cool.
Yeah, my kids, we all had one, so we could all four of us put it on and then go mini golfing somewhere. We got to do all this cool stuff over COVID, which helped ease the pain of quarantine. Yeah. Which we had, I'm assuming, way worse than you guys. You guys just shut down your fucking country and said,
Yeah. We were pretty.
That was pretty smart of you.
Yeah. COVID didn't run rampant here. It wasn't bad.
Right. Well, unfortunately, our leadership said it wasn't real, so that hurt the ability to get past it. So that guy's got a Michigan hat on. He's my arch rival. He probably don't even know what he's wearing.
Yeah.
It's got an M, so he probably just thinks it's for Maori.
It's exactly.
Yeah. I mean,
it was cool because what color is it? Yellow.
Yeah.
Well, he's probably had yellow socks on or something like that.
Oh fuck.
So it's like, if I can wear this one.
It's just funny because when I was born in Ohio, and there's a Michigan-Ohio State rivalry, and just the color pattern hit something in my brain of like, ugh. So I saw that M, and I'm like, ugh.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's funny. And that's ingrained in you early.
Oh, we have the same thing with rugby here.
Oh, yeah. Same thing, yeah.
Like, we can't stand Hawke's Bay, which is just about 2 hours away.
Right.
And so just to add on to the story that about your moko, your tā moko, that I was saying to you earlier, what I've also gone and done is I've filled it in, so put fill-ins in those parts where I hadn't drawn before. Now the fill-ins, we've got pakati, which are these lines on the inside there, and they're like a fence And so these patterns derive from we used to have these villages, and we used to live in pars and like little communities, and they'd have palisades right around the whole village. And the job of the palisade is to keep out all the negative, unwanted company. And so with moko, when you use it in moko, it's the same thing. It talks about dispelling or discarding all the negative stuff, all the bad stuff, keeping it out, making sure that it doesn't come in harm of your family, but also yourself. Making sure that all the bad stuff is deflected or it's discarded. So I've put that pattern in there, but I've also put, I put a little rito pattern in here when it goes up and it goes down. But that talks about the highs and the lows in life. And so it also talks about, there's going to be just as many highs as there are lows. But it's also about riding the wave and continuing to roll forward. The other pattern I put in here is unaonahi, which are like fish scales. And unaonahi is, when you use them in moko, they represent water, but they also represent fish travel in schools. And so they all always look after each other and they always protect each other, but they also roll together, swim together, and they also swim forward. And so the unaonahi pattern in this moko is used to remind you to never forget your family, never forget your kids, and make sure you take them with you, not just physically, but also when you're in your moko, and never forget the reason why you do what you're doing. And so this moko is, in a nutshell, it's just a reminder to you to, carry on doing what you're doing. Don't forget to love passionately, and do your mahi or do your work to the absolute best of your capabilities, because you're more than capable to get shit done. See what I did there?
I like that. Love it.
Awesome, brother.
Thank you so much. Please check out my other VR logs and subscribe and comment. It means the world to me.